One of the first things you'll do when you're scanning is just to see what's out there. See what hosts are live. That's called a discovery scan. Now, there are several techniques. Depends on the protocol. We could use TCP scanning and a lot of variations of TCP scanning that we're going to look at, and we can even do spoofing TCP scanning. We can scan for UDP services. The first thing we'll do, though, is to do a discovery scan. We're going to scan the network just to see what's live. After that, we'll do a port scan to see what ports, which implies services, are running. And after that, we'll see if any of those services are vulnerable. So the original way of doing a discovery scan was an ICMP scan. In other words, send out a whole bunch of pings and see who replies back. But that doesn't work so well anymore. How come? It's because most hosts have a personal firewall now, and they won't respond to ICMP. So you'll get back a lot of non-responses when there should be loads of responses. So ping scanning, or ping sweeping, is the act of sending out a whole bunch of ICMP echo requests. If the host is live, it'll use ICMP using an echo reply. It's good for locating devices. It might work if the device is behind a firewall, but usually not. What we want to do instead is we want to do something else. Now, we can do a ping scan, a ping sweep, with tools like Nmap. So we can send out a whole bunch of echo requests to a whole bunch of IP addresses, like the whole subnet. Only the live hosts will reply. Now what you do is you specify the range, and if we get one reply here, we could use the subnet mask to figure out the whole range of that subnet. So we use ping sweeps to put together an inventory of all the live systems. However, sometimes it doesn't always work. Now, if you want to try ping sweeping, there are plenty of tools. Angry IP Scanner will ping. It will discover if hosts are alive. It will try to resolve its name. It'll discover its MAC addresses. It'll try to scan ports. There's also a more sophisticated tool called SolarWinds Engineer Toolset Ping Sweep. It'll scan a range of IPs and discover which ones are in use and which ones are free, and do DNS lookups. So here is just an example of what Angry IP Scanner looks like. So you can see we're scanning. Let me just zoom in here. Scanning a range from 195.80.116.186 to 186 means we're only pinging a single host. And we can hit start, and we can actually set different things, and it can search. Like if we only know 186, and we can put in a network mask, it can like try to figure out all of the range in the subnet and see if there's anything else live. And we can see that there is something live on many of these addresses. There are many other ping sweepers. Here are just a few of them. Advanced IP Scanner, SuperScan, Angry IP Scanner, loads and loads of them. A far more useful way to do a discovery scan is to use ARP. Now think back to Network Plus. ARP is a layer 2 broadcast that just says, hey, everybody within listening range, who owns IP address 192.168.1.5? Please tell MAC address so-and-so. And everybody else is going to ignore except for one machine that owns 1.5, and it's going to say, that's me, and my MAC address is yada yada. Well, an ARP scan, an ARP discovery scan, is basically just doing an ARP request across the whole subnet and see which MAC addresses reply. And then they'll say, and I own IP address something. So that way we know the IP addresses that are up, and we're not using ICMP. We're using ARP. Most firewalls do not block ARP because ARP is a necessary part of normal network traffic, unlike ICMP, which is not that necessary, quite honestly, from a security perspective. From a network management perspective, yes, but not a security perspective. So we could send out ARP requests and replies to discover live hosts. Nmap can do it, Metasploit can do it, Kane-Enable can do it. There are many tools, actually, that can do it. So that's host discovery scanning.